Welcome to another edition of Dining with Daryl. For today's Texans game day menu, we're going to have a seafood boil. I like to use snow crab legs, shrimp, potatoes, corn, and sausage. Of course, you'll need all the spices and seasonings for your water to make it as spicy as you like. Today, the Houston Texans are going to go for 4 in a row. Okay, first thing you want to do is prepare the water. You get a large pot, boil the water, and one of the things you want to add is salt to the water. Next, you want to add your garlic, and I use a lot of garlic. I like garlic flavor in my crab boil. Next thing you're going to add is going to be your sticks of butter. And I like a lot of butter in mine also. And then we'll throw in the onions that we chopped up, and you only have to put them in half, really. Once those are in, we'll add our lemon juice and our lemons. And for a pot this size, you probably want to use about 6 lemons, maybe 8 lemons. I'm going to save a couple to make my sauce for the end, dipping sauce for the crab legs and the shrimp. So I'm actually going to put 6 lemons in the pot. And I'll save 2 for the butter garlic sauce that I can make. We'll go ahead and add your shrimp and crab boil. And this is going to be to taste, guys. Like I said, I like mine spicy, so I'll use quite a bit. And you can't overdo it if you like it real spicy. Kind of mix it around, let it boil for a second, and then you'll taste it and see if that's the flavors that you like. A lot of people add different spices. You can add cayenne pepper, you can add white pepper, bell peppers, jalapenos. I've seen all kind of seasonings go into it, celery. But that's the basic that I like. Let's give it a taste. And that's perfect. Okay, once the water's boiling again, the first thing you want to add is your potatoes, because those are going to take a while to cook. So you want to try not to let it splash too much. So I'm going to see if I can get them on the spoon and just lay them in there. These potatoes are also going to soak up a lot of the seasonings and flavor. I'm using small white potatoes, so these should take about 15 minutes to cook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook them for about 10 minutes, and then I'll add my crab legs. At the same time, you can add your sausage. I'm using all beef sausage. That's also going to soak up a lot of the seasoning and flavor. Let's see if we can just slide those in there. Give that a good little stir. And like I said, we'll let that cook for about 10 minutes and we'll add the rest of the ingredients. Alright, now that your sausage and potatoes have been cooking for about 10-12 minutes, it's time to go ahead and add the crab legs and the corn. The corn is going to be very good because it takes in all the flavors of your seasonings and spices. Start adding the crab legs one by one so the pot doesn't overflow. So you can always make a couple of batches. Now once you put the crab legs in, you're going to only let those cook for a few minutes, really till it comes back up to boiling. And once it comes back up to boiling, you're going to turn the heat off and you're going to let it sit for maybe another 5 to 7 minutes just to soak up flavors. And that's when you'll add your shrimp at the very end, because that cooks very quickly. There you go. Once everything is submerged like that, you'll turn your heat on high, let it come to a boil. Once it starts boiling, you'll use the lid to cover it, turn off the heat, add your shrimp, and let it sit for about 7 minutes. Okay, now that it's come to a boil, we're going to add our fresh Gulf shrimp. Make sure that you get it all in the seasoning. And this is the point where you're going to cover it with the lid and turn off the heat and let it sit for another 7 minutes or so it can soak up the flavors.